Hello, everybody, and welcome to another tabletop review stream, brought to you by me, Tabletop Junkie. I do apologize. I know a lot of my streams I normally do at 10 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Time Zone, but lately I've been getting up kind of late. Had to work really late times lately, so now I'm here, and it looks like I got a person watching me today, T-shirt historian. Glad to see him here today, and then of course, of course, Colin is in there too. Now they're fighting over who got here first. So I'll let them decide that one. I'm not getting in the middle of that. So I've been going through this book today, and that I'm gonna review, and I hope everyone is gonna be satisfied with the review, because I feel like this is gonna become a review that is either too short or too long, because there's a lot to cover. So I'm gonna do my best to make it mediocre, because I don't like my reviews going on any longer than 25 minutes. When it comes to tabletop reviews, I try to keep it within 30 minutes, and if I go over 30, no more than an hour, because literally at this point, we're kind of yammering on. So today we're doing a review of the Talislanta Sorcerer's Guide that I believe came out shortly. This is a guide that's actually for first edition Talislanta, and I think the publishing year was 1988. So we're still in the 80s. First edition Talislanta. Can't wait to see what second edition takes place in. So the Sorcerer's Guide first starts off with a slight introduction, which honestly was just a page, and it was just introduction about what Talislanta is and what the Sorcerer's Guide is. And then it actually starts with some new information, starting with the Lyceum Arcanum, which is actually academy for sorcerers. It's actually a magical school. There's actually an entire grading structure for it. They got tuition, financial aid, disciplinary code, apprentice levels, what kind of levels they got, such as, if you are like a first year, you're taking basic 100 courses. If you're a second year, it's 101, 102, 103. This goes up to like 20 years. And they even go a bit further on from that. They've got many years worth of different spells, and it depends on which level you are. Apprentice level starts with basic techniques for spellcasting, starting in 100s and goes to 120s. And then you got initiate levels courses. It's like basically set up like a college course if you really think about it. I think there's just a lot with that. But yes, and they do have like I think it's 5 different levels. See, they got apprentice, initiate, adept, master, and then that's it. Then you move into the faculty. So, yay faculty. So they do start off with that, which I think actually adds a lot of flavor, because when you play stuff like Dungeons and Dragons and you want to play a magic user, there's really no magic schools unless the world actually puts them into it. And that's up to the GM. But I like the fact on how there is actually one basically for this world here, and this actually goes on for many pages. And they even have a map. They even have a map for you. They have it both they have a text map. Basically what they do is they wrote out each and every floor, gave you a description of each and every floor and what is on the floors and what it contains. It's like looking into Hogwarts. They tell you which level it's on. It's like, okay, so you got location 65 on the subterranean level 1, subterranean level 2, and then you got like, okay, second floor, third floor has rooms 53. They actually got all the different types of locations. And then they actually got a map. They got both text map and a regular drawing for you, and that does extend for many pages. So I kind of like that. They do give you some adventure scenarios in this book as well, pertaining to the school. So I do like that as well. They do give you some history. They do give you some history in here regarding magic and the types of magic that Talislanta does have, and how the mages have been. How the magic users are magic users throughout the ages. So, going from there, I do apologize. So Hogwarts U.S. style then. Yes, Colin, that's basically what it is. And then looking for the Epic Edition going to the Kickstarter soon by Longshot. Hey, Longshot, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Thank you so much for joining. So, Going from there, we then go into ancient and rare spells. Spells that are actually named after famous magic users. And there's actually a lot of them. There's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, a lot. Because I think they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They've got 14 groups of 4. And then they got another group that was by another person of just regular 2. So they've got roughly, take 4 times 14 and then plus 2 to it. So there's a lot of ancient spells, and they actually go through and tell you each one, and that extends for several pages. So I like that, and I'm not going to share what any of I'm not going to share any of the spoiler spells. You're going to have to go through the book yourself for that one, because that could take, well, you know what, maybe I'll share one. Because we do have a new guy here, Longshot. Thank you. I'm glad that you're actually tuning in. If you like what you see here, check out my past videos. So we'll check out what looks good. Rodin's Spell of Instant Sobriety. There might be Rodin's Spell of Instant Sobriety. That might come in handy for some of us. Okay, so this minor enchantment allows the caster to negate the effects of intoxicants of any sort, rendering them beneficiary sober and alert. And there is no magic resistance for that. Ah, yes. I have this book. Good stuff. Yes, it is. And you know what? I do recommend it because it's also, I get it from a site that I'm not sure how that site came to be. I had a friend who showed me the website where you get all the past editions for free. So that's where I kind of go for that. So, yeah. And then, here's another I don't know if it's an ancient spell text, but it might be the 7 secret symbols of power, which talks about the symbol of banishment, confinement, freedom, oath, imprisonment, protection, guardian. That's kind of interesting. There's a lot of interesting facts in here. Also known as what happens when your party is jumped by a band of orcs. The creator sets up the site. The creator set up the site itself. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't want to like say that because I wasn't for sure myself. I mean, I assumed it was the creator, and I'm pretty sure I could look and read really quick, but I'm kind of trying to go through all my notes here. So the next thing, because I'm going through the book as well. So the next thing is magical tomes. Magical tomes are kind of one of my favorites because they do set up like I guess the tomes are a little bit different because usually if you get a magical tome in any other role-playing game, obviously there's a minimum level spell in there, maybe a maximum level spell, like spells that, 9th level spell, a 4th level spell. But apparently these tomes are set up with levels like I'm looking at Archon's log books. It says level 8 to 14, XP 1 to 2 points each. And it's worth about 1,600 gold lumens. Huh, that's interesting. And all the books are set up like that. Basic format, too. There's the Mandolin lore. These books outlawed in the Quan Empire, describe the secrets of mental disciplines and entailed in the mystery of unique Mandolin form of magic. Very interesting. Very interesting. I love some of the artwork that's in here, too. You know what? That's one thing I've never really shown you guys is the artwork. And I do have the ability to do that. So let me get a screen share up here. So yeah, here is, it's regular old drawn art. I don't know. I like it. I miss the 1980s art. Now we got all digital stuff. So enchanted items is one of our next things we'll be covering. Yes, I do agree, Longshot. The art is fantastic. So it does give you a list of enchanted items as well. And that's just a ton. Like you get Amulet of Protection, it's got like 3 types of amulet protection. One is for charms, one's for hexes, and one is for metamorphosis, which we will cover that in a little bit because there are different types of magic that you're actually not. That's not in any other type of RPG, or at least I haven't seen them yet. They actually name their own types of magic here as well. They do have artifacts, both common and uncommon items, such as the Cloak of Deception, the Dimension Mirror. That sounds interesting. I'm sorry, but that one sounds interesting, the Dimension Mirror. I like that one. So, charms and fetishes. The following is a list of common charms, fetishes, and other primitive magical paraphernalia. Paraphernalia. There we go. And such as the RX Heart Charm, the Azoral Hide Cloak. Wonder what that is. The Azoral Hide Cloak. Mummified increases. Okay, so if I go over here, says the Heart Charm Mummified increases endurance plus one Constitution rating, and then as per a Cloak of Levitation. Huh. There's a lot of mummified stuff in here. Like another one is like Gnomkin Heart. Mummified, enhanced endurances, plus 2 Constitution rating. A lot of mummified stuff. Gives you like the old feeling of ancient Egypt. I actually do like that. I do like that. So as you can see, we do have a lot of stuff. Actually, we've got a lot of art on this page too. I'm going to show this off for a little bit. Look at that. That is a mask. I'm assuming that is the Jafar Fetish Mask. These devices made of cured raw hide confer protection from magical influence and control. Jafar Fetish Masks are effective only if custom made for the wearer by the Jafar Wizard. Oh, that is interesting. I like the collar. The Farad Slave Collar. Okay, we won't get into that for many reasons. This is a very, this is what I love about Talislanta, is a lot of this stuff is very much alien to us. Yeah, I'm kind of like in and out. The problem is I'm still kind of setting up my area. I had to move my, unfortunately, I had to move my office, so I'm kind of like in and out, but I'm also, so it's like, my mic is like, how do I put it? My mic is to my right, to my far right, and then to my, I don't want to say my far left, is my middle monitor, and then to my like semi-far left is my middle monitor, and then all the way to my left is my actual monitor where I get to see you guys basically, chat. So I can't actually do both. I'm actually sitting kind of weird, so yeah. It's not staying like this. I just have not had time. I had to take my desk, which was not light, along with a bunch of furniture up 3 flights of stairs, and one of them almost crashed into my girlfriend. And what had happened was I got in the middle of it as she started collapsing because her muscles gave out. She has some issues. She has some medical issues, so her legs fell out from underneath her. She was collapsing, and then the furniture I was carrying up with her help was going to fall on her. So what had happened was I got like down under, which was dangerous, but I made it out. But I tore muscles in my ankles and in my knees all the way up to my calf, like between my ankle, like there was muscles in my ankles, around my ankles that are torn. There's muscles and tendons around my knees that are torn, and then everything between is torn. So I have not been able to walk very well, and I've not been able to set my desk up properly. So that's why if I sound faint, it's because I'm kind of like trying to look at my notes while trying to talk to you guys. I have seen some of the artwork for the Epic Edition. I just can't wait for it to come out, and I hope it. I think it should, and I hope it does, because I have loved Talislanta ever since I became aware of it. I think I became aware of Talislanta first, and then Castles and Crusades took second, but however, that's gotten precedent in my life. I love some Castles and Crusades. So, yeah. Anyway, so lots of good art here. Let me see if there's anything else in my notes real quick, and then we'll possibly wrap this up, because I think, because it's all pretty much magical items. Thank you. I'm actually recovering pretty quick, because I'm actually staying off my feet as much as possible, except when I have to go to work. Let's see, what do we cover here? We covered the school, which I think it just adds so much flavor. We covered artifacts, charms and fetishes, enchanted items. There is a lot of stuff. Like, there's even plant ingredients, animal ingredients. And now none of this stuff is like anything that you have ever heard of before. Like I said, the one thing that makes Talislanta so unique is the fact that everything seems alien. It's nothing that's actually from any world of Earth. There's no elves in this game. There's no orcs. There is something called the gnomekin, which resembles gnomes, but they are somewhat different too. I think they're also green-skinned. The gnomekins, I gotta look them up sometime and maybe talk about them a little bit. Because there are creatures, like, everyone sees a gnomekin and you're thinking, oh, it's a gnome. No, it's a little bit different. I think they even have pointy ears. They are short, like gnomes, but I think they got, like, green skin or something like that. They do have, they are not your normal gnomes. Kind of makes me think of the rock gnomes from 5th edition. So, all right. And then the greatest thing that this book does actually add, as well as a lot of lore for cities, entities, and Tamler's Guide of Extra Dimensional Entities is in this one. And they actually talk about that, and they give you some statistics on that. I kind of like that. So they also add in a short story at the end called The Wizard Hunter. But my favorite thing that I like is they do add in some extra character types. Okay, I'm gonna, you know what? I figure I'm gonna do this. Hopefully I don't drop this. So, because I wanted to see the character types real quick. They've got, so for the new character types that I love so, oh, wait, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. They add the Cadelian Cryptomancer. I don't even know what a Cryptomancer is, but I like it. They are basically orange skin with large craniums and narrow build. Kind of looks like this. Look at that. This guy right here. The Gnomekin Crystalmancer. See, they look like regular gnomes, but I mean they look buff too, like dangerous buff. Gnomes are generally not buffed. So these are all the different types, and I do love their illustrations. The Torkar Wizard, the Sundra Aquamancer. These I love the illustrations. And you know what the funny thing is, for those who don't use doesn't do the VTT much, but if you do your own, like through that, you could always like somehow Photoshop some of these off and then shrink them down, and then basically you do have like little the illustrations, the way they design them, and this is designed like this throughout all the books, going forward and backwards, to the other books we covered. They actually do. I scrolled down too far. They actually do, like, you could resize them and use them as little paper minis. And I like that. There's actually an edition that did a bunch of release on paper minis recently. So, all right. And your opinion on Scarlet Hero? I'm getting there, T-shirt historian. I'm getting there. I'm going to do Scarlet Heroes in the future. I love Scarlet Heroes. But that's not a real review either. So I'm going to review Scarlet Heroes. That is a game that I started playing on Sundays with T-shirt historian. He is like, aside from Witch King, he is my second person I go to for a lot of game advice. I think I have 3 people for that now. I have Witch King, I have T-shirt historian, and I have my friend Ironcaster. So I have made a lot of connections, online doing games. I love the OSR system. And this is not exactly a D20 system like you would think. They actually do have a D20 version of Talislanta, which is completely D20. This one is, I call it like a D20 variant. It uses D20, but it's not the same. And I think I covered that in my first review, which was the Player's Handbook. So, and then, this book does have a lot. I do recommend check it out for yourself. There's even much more to go through. Like I said, I could spend an hour to do this. I could probably spend 2 hours doing this, but I'm not going to drag this on any longer. It's just a review. My recommendation for going to the creator site and being able to get it under the first edition category for free, yeah, kind of kind of a must get, Get some hard drive space. That's the only thing it costs you. Go through and read it. It is worth your while. Highly recommended. That's why I'm doing this series, because it's kind of an obscure it is obscure RPG now, because we don't have any new versions of it. However, Longshot did mention that there is a Kickstarter for a new 5e, which I did talk about in a previous one of my videos of my reviews as well, regarding Talislanta, that is supposed to be coming out. I think it's been fully funded and everything. I'm going to have to probably put the link of that in there so everyone can check it out for themselves. But the art in there is amazing. The map is amazing. So definitely check that out. I would say this is my last book in first edition. All the first edition books are a must grab. And even if you're like, well, I don't want to play this edition, I want to check out other ones, feel free to at least read for some lore, some flavor text, lore. It is amazing. I've been reading these books for quite a while, and I have not ran one game yet, so hopefully in 2023, we do make a change to that. Yes, and good afternoon, Troublemaker. Everyone, just so you know, Troublemaker is actually my girlfriend, so I'm going to announce that on the stream too, and then I'm going to go away. So, Longshot, it's nice to meet you. I hope you check out my other streams. I do have actual plays on here too. Please check some of them out. Those are actually kind of good to check out too. So yeah, check some of those out. Those are actually great. We're going to hopefully get an actual play of Talislanta at some point in the future. So that is one of my actual. I have a list of 13 games I want to run before the end of the year. I've got one down. I've got 12 more to go. So Talislanta is on the list. All right. So who else do I got to thank? Colin and T-Shirt Historian, thank you so much for also popping in. I appreciate the support, brothers. Thank you so much for, taking the time to listen to me rant and give a good review on a great game. Probably a little shoddy at best, but like I said, there's a lot to cover. So much to cover and so little time. And then Troublemaker, of course, she always supports me. That's my girlfriend, of course. So, big supporter. Girl that I'm keeping around forever and ever and ever, because she loves when I do this stuff. She's not into games like I am, but she just doesn't know how to play them or anything like that. But, they're just not for her. She does know of them, but she supports what I do. So, and I support what she does. So, we all have our own hobbies. Oh, yes. Well, Longshot, if you are a gamer like the rest of us, you may have to get with me sometime about my Discord server. Maybe you join in on some of these games too. If it's not for you, because I do stream all the games that I do run, minus the ones I do with my kids, because my kids play. I've got my girlfriend's daughter plays, my son plays, my son's mother plays. She comes over on the weekend and we game it up on the weekend, because my son's mother and I are co-parents, which I can't gloat about that enough, because we do get along. I mean, we just didn't want to be together, and we had a kid. It happens, and long story short, I took the courts out of the equation. She agreed with me and did everything that I did, and courts don't even bother us. We don't do child support or nothing. We just raise our kid, and it's been the best co-parenting experience ever. And she games with us. She loves, and we've got other friends that game with us too on the weekends. So, so yeah, all right. Well, I gotta get going, everybody. I just read a comment. I made her. Let's see. Longshot says nice, and Troublemaker says you made her smile. Awesome. I try really hard, because I just want to live my life, raise my kid, game, and have all kinds of fun. Also work hard to make lots of money. So I like to work hard, play hard, and game hard. And for everyone who did tune in, and for those who will tune in the future, game on, everybody. I'm going to give you guys my famous Tabletop Junkie salute at the end of my video. And hopefully we can get some more great videos coming out to where my sound ain't so faint once I start repositioning my microphone. Hopefully I will be getting a mic stand very soon. So you guys have a great afternoon, and thank you for joining in.